Good morning. So today we are going to talk about the pumpkin patch. I grew 5 varieties, I want to say 5 varieties of different pumpkins out here. I'll put up some pictures of the stages throughout the growing season. We did okay. I will never say never, but I probably will not grow pumpkins in this amount next year. Next year we plan on making this space behind me a cut flower garden. We had a lot of issues with squash bugs. Tons of squash bugs, and I was out here ripping off leaves and taking eggs off and doing the tape method. I was doing all kinds of stuff, and we still were bombarded with squash bugs. So it was fantastic to grow. My kids loved it. It was great. We got a lot of pumpkins out of it, but now it's time to transform the space. So right behind me you'll see what is left of our pumpkin patch. We have a couple of zinnias growing out there. I threw seeds out when pumpkins started dying from squash vine borers, and I was ripping them out, so I just tossed seeds down for zinnias. So I got zinnia seeds pretty much scattered throughout the whole pumpkin patch, which was mostly just because I loved it. I thought it was pretty, so I went with it. They matched the sunflowers really well, but that's what inspired me to do the cut flower garden here next year, because every flower I put in here did fantastic. All the pumpkins got attacked by bugs. I am intending to take this space and turn it into a photo backdrop pumpkin patch with the cornfields and whatever other things are in the backdrop, whichever angle we choose, trees. It'll just be really pretty. So my intention is to do a couple of hay bales. I have a wagon. It's a really old wagon. I want to fill it with some pumpkins, have a scarecrow, a couple of baskets of mums, just the traditional fall stuff. And that is where we're going to do our fall photos this year. All right, let's go take a look at the pumpkin patch, see what we got going on down here. We just finished the setup and we are doing photos and getting ready to have a nice fun time experiencing this pumpkin patch. It came out so cute. I'm so excited for it. My girls are excited for it. They've been playing down here with the pumpkins since we finished. We did take a couple of days to get it done, mostly because we have toddlers and it takes short bursts to get projects done. But let's look and see what we ended up with. All right, so the first area I set up for pictures, I have 4 hay bales, technically 3.5. I cut one hay bale in half when we were mulching, and then I retied it together to make the one on the side over here to kind of have like a little weight so that the kids didn't fall off of it. And then I took a sheet that I made from fabric from Hobby Lobby. It's just an olive green colored buffalo check. And I sewed all the edges just to give it some ease of washing because I knew I was going to need to wash it. I've got a bunch of little pumpkins here, a little different gourds and 2 orange mums. And then we, of course, mulched throughout the whole thing with the hay. And then I have this wagon. It was my husband's wagon when he was a kid. And we kind of brought it down here just to be a little extra special additive to our pictures. And the girls love playing in the wagon, and we thought that they would enjoy having it to look back on in their memories with their pictures. And then I got more pumpkins, more little guys. The pumpkins I have in here, I have the regular field pumpkins, and then I have the Jack B. Littles and a couple of sugar pie pumpkins. Some of the smaller ones that even the varying sizes are all sugar pie. A lot of our pumpkins got attacked by the squash bugs, so we pulled them out of here. Some of them are still a little green, but they're solid, so we figured we'd go with it. And then from this direction, I have a whole bunch of larger pumpkins. All of these we grew. All the pumpkins and the gourds and everything we grew in this space where we're doing pictures. So I've got several large pumpkins. I got a couple small pumpkins popped out there. There is several Jack B. Littles now scattered throughout because my girls have been playing in here and they think it's fun to throw the pumpkins to each other. And then I put the corn stalks in the back so that when I'm standing exactly where I'm at right now, taking pictures straight down this way, that'll blur into the background. I put 2 more mums over there. And the mums, when I did them, I didn't want to get baskets or any other pots or repot them because I do plan on putting them actually in our pollinator garden area for next year. They should winter over just fine in our area. So I just took them in their nursery pots and took some burlap and wrapped it right around with some twine. So I wasn't going to disturb their roots twice because I am planting them out probably, I would say probably in the next week or so, because they'll still provide me color in an area where I always sit with my other beautiful summer flowers. And then the only other thing we did, we left the trellis because I'm going to grow sweet peas on the trellis next year. This whole space is going to become a cut flower garden next year, next spring. So I didn't want to disrupt any of the actual structure in this area that I need for next year, which was perfect for the corn stalks. I was able just to twist tie them. You can't even tell from the picture standpoint that they're twist tied on there. And then we put up 4 posts. For this year, it was an aesthetics thing to go with the kind of rustic pumpkin patch feel. I was going to string lights from it. I didn't end up doing that because then I'd have to come out and take the lights down. They weren't going to be able to plug in down here. We have no electrical down here, and I wasn't going to run an extension cord with 2 toddlers running around. It just seemed, it's already kind of a little rough with the drip tube still popping up places. But I didn't want to remove any of the structure I had already put in the space because I am using it for cut flowers. But these posts will serve a function next spring because we have deer in the area and I don't want them eating my flowers. So I'm going to actually take deer netting and go from all 4 sides and just leave myself a little opening to get in to keep them from, hopefully, we'll see if it actually works, hopefully keep them from eating my beautiful flowers. So yeah, that's our space that we ended up with. and I am so thrilled with how it turned out. My girls are thrilled with how it turned out. They have been playing in here since we put the hay mulch down. They like to roll around in it and pretend they're farm animals, and it's adorable because we could far out in the field over there, which that's not our property, but far out you could see the cows, and there's the corn in the background. So to them, they think it's great. They can hear the cows moving and they're rolling around pretending they're different farm animals in this space. It's been adorable. So yeah, that's the setup of our pumpkin patch. I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe it inspired you to make your own little pumpkin patch area in your yard somewhere. I know it's not for everyone. I know killing off your grass is not for everyone. I personally don't have an issue with it because all of our grass is pretty much weeds that we just mow down. So if I was to not lay a mulch down here, by next spring this would all be filled in again. So I don't really worry about it. And I'm constantly planting something somewhere. I have an entire plan for this entire yard that won't be grass in the near future. So yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed, and if you do decide to do your own photo spot, if maybe I inspired you to make your own fall photo spot, maybe a front porch photo spot. I know it's not an original idea, but if you were inspired by this video and you post a picture, tag me on Instagram at the Busybug Homestead. I'll leave my link down below, but I'd love to see what y'all come up with and see what kind of fun you can have just creating a nice space where you don't have to go out. That was my whole plan. I wanted to create a space where I could do photos of my girls and not feel rushed, not feel like I need to worry about social distancing, not feel like I need to worry about them being in masks. And I wanted a place where they can play and have fun. And this could have been done on a much smaller scale in the driveway. It could have been done in a much smaller scale on the front porch. I just happened to have a cut flower garden that was not being utilized. That was formerly a pumpkin patch where I grew all my pumpkins. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.